right, so shout out to my boy Science Drake, who sent me this. Shigeru Miyamoto wants Nintendo to be left out of the game wars focused on high specs and performance. He just wants to company. Well, what the fuck is editing? He just wants the company to keep making products that are uniquely Nintendo. He said, as PlayStation and Xbox continue to tout new hardware and improve performance, Super Mario and Legend of Zelda creator Shigeru Miyamoto pretty much wants Nintendo to stay out of the ongoing console war conversation. He said as much during the interview with Famitsu. In honor of the opening of the Nintendo Museum, which officially launched on October 2nd in Kyoto, he began by explaining that part of the reason for the existence of the museum is for not only our employees, but also people who want to know about Nintendo, including 3 generations of parents and children could come out and see the museum and understand what Nintendo is all about. He says, I hope that they will understand Nintendo and not get involved in what is something called the game war, such as high specs and how to improve the performance of game consoles, he continued. He says, Nintendo will continue to make products that are uniquely Nintendo using various technologies available in the world today and will continue to create not only games but also entertainment content. Miyamoto's comments are candid, but also not a massive shock considering Nintendo has largely been left out of the console war conversation, at least in comparison to Sony and Microsoft. Those two companies have continued to focus on high specs and performance in particular, with Sony recently announcing the pricey PS5 Pro. I think more than anything else, he really doesn't want the next Nintendo platform to be super fucking, like, expensive. I think that is something that Nintendo really should not fuck around with. They have to have reasonable pricing. You hope Nintendo never does trophies and achievements. Yeah, I think it's warped people's mindset, man. And I think it really has. But this is important too. Nintendo will continue to make products that are uniquely Nintendo using various technologies available in the world today. Look, I think that is important. Like, Nintendo, while I think Nintendo's business, in terms of going after emulation is fucking garbage. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. When it comes to their games, when it comes to the gaming experience, they offer a far better gamers experience than anyone else out here out of the big 3. They do. And there's no denying it. There's no fucking denying it. Like, they are what the gamers want. Like, motherfuckers, like, you know, that they love the idea of just popping in a game and fucking launching it and playing. Like, they have been so much better than everyone else at that. And I think it's important for Nintendo to bring a true successor to the Nintendo Switch, one that is more powerful, one that is better crafted, one that is going to offer at least some level of performance options. But more than anything else, Nintendo needs to be uniquely Nintendo. Don't copy everyone else. Now, if they can get more games, if they can get more of the mainstream games on the Nintendo platform, then I think that's great. That's great. Because ideally, you want as many games on your platform as possible, especially games that a lot of people like to play. That's important. As long as it's backwards compatible, absolutely, Yamato. Anything to get more games on their platform. So I think that in doing so, you have to come to terms with the reality that there needs to be more power there, especially from the Switch. Like, the Switch, while I think it's great for what it is, there's more to be desired there. Like, we have higher level of standard for sure. Now, I'm not expecting games to run at 120 FPS and all that. No. But we need a piece of hardware. We need a piece of technology that's going to be able to open more doors for Nintendo's Switch. Like, you know, the Nintendo hardware to have more games on their platform. Yo, my man Doba Fett pulling up. Appreciate you, brother. And my man Dex. Appreciate you guys. Yo, 1080p at 60 FPS is nice to me, Sofa King. It's nice to me. Um, Docked, especially. Now, screen itself, I mean, I wish it would have OLED. I think that that would be such a good thing. Even if the screen itself is not 1080p, I'm not expecting it to be 1080p. I think the Steam, if I'm not mistaken, the Steam Deck itself is what, like 800p? I think it looks fine. I think it looks phenomenal. I'm using the original Steam Deck release. Aussie fan, good to see you, my guy. We got 2 Aussie fans in the house, by the way. Nintendo should remember they were the ones in the 1980s that were playing with power. That is true. But it's a different ball game now. It's a whole different ball game. That's what it is, man. Hey, Quiet Cry, it's good to see you. Nintendo stopped playing with power a long time ago. They've been playing with profits ever since. It's hard to say that because I feel like Nintendo has chosen to lose money that they could have easily gotten in many instances. You know, I don't know what does Nintendo play for? I mean, obviously, it's not fresh cut spring flowers. It's definitely a mix of things. I think that Nintendo tries, at least in the gaming space, to be fair. Now, are they perfect at it? No. No. But what are you gonna do? Javi said, Cass, guess what? Shout out to Javi, member for 4 months of the Cult to Cage. Appreciate you, brother. Let me see what else they have to say here. They said it's not an approach that hasn't been working for Nintendo, with the Switch still selling well, even as its successor waits in the wings. Honestly, I haven't been playing my Nintendo Switch. I'm so over it. It's like, it's trivial to me. It's just a little too underpowered for my taste. I have standards, damn it. When I saw Dragon Quest Monsters running at like fucking like 15 FPS, I don't know what the fuck that was. It looked disgusting though on the Switch. I said, really want to play that game. Not playing it on the Switch though. I waited the whole year. Fuck them. It is what it is, man. I have standards. That was not up to my level of standard. That game looked terrible on the Switch. There's just some games, and I think Nintendo's games obviously look the best, as they should, but there are some games that look dreadful on the Switch. Damn, that sounds disappointing, and I got it on the Switch. It looks so much better on Steam Deck, and it runs at 60. If the Switch 2 comes close to the Steam Deck, it doesn't have to be exactly as powerful. It really doesn't. But if it comes close to the Steam Deck, I'll be happy with it. I like my Steam Deck, man. I think that it runs games very fucking nicely. I get 60 FPS a lot of the time. And to be honest with you, even at 40 FPS is not bad. It's really not fucking bad. Now, am I playing like fucking am I playing Cyberpunk on my Steam Deck? Fuck no. Fuck no. I know what works on the Steam Deck. And I play to the Steam Deck strengths. Exactly, Steam Deck for the win. Fuck yeah. Like, you have to play the Steam Deck strengths. I love indie games. The Steam Deck is the way to go. It's the way to go. Dragon Quest Monsters, great fucking game for the Steam Deck. Fucking phenomenal game to play on Steam Deck. And Repa speaking facts right now. Repa said, if the new Switch has DLSS, it would be great. It would be fucking phenomenal if they could pull it. If they could pull it off. It's, you know, having DLSS with weaker hardware, I don't know how that works. That's definitely a little questionable, I'm not sure. But if they could get DLSS on the Switch 2, fuck, dude. I don't know, man. Because, like, the other consoles, they got FSR, and FSR ain't fucking with DLSS. It ain't fucking with DLSS, man. I think that the Switch 2 could definitely close the gap pretty reasonably if it has DLSS. Metal Gear Rising is amazing on Steam Deck. I have to keep that in mind. Actually, all Metal Gear games are amazing on the Steam Deck. Huh. Sidestrix is only they fixed the graphics in MK1 on the Switch. The devs actually made it look better and play better with the recent expansion and patch. And, you know, if they need to delay games to get them to run better, like reasonably well on the Switch and look acceptable, then I think they really need to start doing that. And honestly, I think that I don't want to jump the gun on this, but it is super disappointing that we still haven't seen the Switch 2 yet. It's super disappointing. I understand. I understand the economy. I get it, but I don't think it's getting any better anytime soon. And I don't think we could sit. How many more years can we sit on just the Switch? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been playing my Switch. I refuse to. I need the successor. FSR and quality 4K looks pretty good to me. Not sure about lower resolutions. You gotta get that machine learning, baby, with that DLSS. I think that that's gonna definitely close the gap a little more than it otherwise would have. I think you would love Metal Gear Rising. I need to play Metal Gear Rising. It's been on my to-do list for a minute. It has. And I own it. There's a few games that have been on my to-do list. You guys need to put more pressure on me. Astral Chain's dope too. Astral Chain is dope. It is dope. But that's a game I can't go back and play though. And that game running at 30 on there, I'm so spoiled. But I think that there is truth to this, and I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing because, I mean, if the Switch 2 can get close to a PS4, you know, in that range, preferably a little bit better, I mean, it's still not competing with what's out here now, but is that fucking great for the Switch 2? Absolutely. Like, you have to put things into perspective. You have to. And then if you could have, like, PS4 power with fucking DLSS on top of it, I think that that's some great shit. I think that that's great shit right there. Like, they're talking about diving into, you know, various technologies. I think that that's an important term right there. Like, that's important, what he's saying here. He's saying that, hey, we're not deliberately going at power, but we're diving into various technologies. And I think that that's where we're talking DLSS, or at least I hope. I hope. Are you already disregarding PSSR tech? I'm just saying, man, I'm not disregarding nothing. It's a positive to have it. But what I'm saying is, DLSS got that machine learning, baby. That AI. That AI, baby. And don't piss on the pisser. Oh, man, but I think that this is still good news. I don't think this is a bad thing. You have to look at it from every angle, guys. I think Nintendo's gonna worry a lot less about gimmicks and go for things like this is like this, honestly speaking, this could be the perfect era for Nintendo. When you really put it into perspective, they want to dive into different ways to not fucking have to make technology that's focused specifically on horsepower. This is the time for Nintendo to really shine, potentially. Diving into DLSS would be fucking perfect for them. It would be. That way they can do, you know, a lot of shit with a small piece of technology. I think that this is Nintendo's time to shine with the Switch 2. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to their games. We'll see what happens, man. But this doesn't. I know a lot of people are concerned when they see this, but I'm not at all concerned. Not at all. I'm more concerned with whether the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible or not. That's the main concern for me. But other than that, I think we're still rocking, baby. I'm happy. I want them to think outside the box, but in productive ways, not in counterproductive ways. And that's what I think about that. Appreciate you throwing that out there for me, Striker?